there, it's Kevin from RogueDeckBuilder.com here with episode 3.4. This is the one where I'm actually going to give my predictions on which cards you should pick up. And I'm going to stick with just 5, as this has been a very long episode. This has by far been my longest one, as I've reviewed my past 2 episodes, gave a lot of information on Modern and on the Standard. And so I'm just going to stick with 5 in this episode. Five standard picks to pick up. Or this isn't even standard. This is just all around. But these happen to be standard cards that I am focusing on this month. I'm also going to do... There will be a 3.5, maybe 3.6. I've had a lot of people ask about buying and selling sets. And, what's the value in that? I've been known around the community here to buy bulk commons and uncommons. And I'll show you just why. There's particularly some Return to Ravnica cards I think everyone should be picking up right now in the commons and uncommons pile that are going to be $1, $2 cards in the future, as they are seeing lots of play in the Eternal formats. And also, I'm going to do an episode on EDH and cards out of Zendikar, Scars, Innistrad. So those are Zendikar block, Innistrad block, and Scars block of EDH cards that will continue to increase in price over the years as EDH is becoming increasingly popular, especially among the casual players. I'm not a casual player myself. I have no clue about casual play or EDH, but I still am trying to become knowledgeable to follow trends. Like when I saw that Parallel Lives was $4, it floored me that a card that I would never, ever, ever play is a $4 card, one of actually the more expensive cards out of the rares out of that set. I believe it's in Dark Ascension. In Dark Ascension or Innistrad, one of the two. And it's sold out and people want it like crazy, and it came to light when I had it just in my bulk binder and someone wanted it and I didn't know its price and looked it up and like, wow, $4. I guess Doubling Season kind of did the same thing, and that's a card I've never personally played with, but the EDH and casual pill is so great with those cards that I just completely miss that opportunity a lot of times because I just don't know the format, don't care for the format, and there's that bias there. So I'm trying to get rid of that bias, be a smart person, and make some smart speculations on those cards. So that is another episode that I will be taping here shortly. Anyway, back onto these will be my predictions for the month of January. Drum roll. Horrible drum roll. Anyway, number 1. Probably because if you've watched my videos recently, you've seen how I've been smashed to pieces by Storm lately. Storm is just, pardon my use of the word, raping me with every deck that they enter in Modern. I just can't find an answer for Storm, even when I side so well against it. Like, even adding Rest in Pieces and Rule of Laws and all these other things, they seem to still hit a disenchant at the right time and still kill me. So, with that being said, and I think the popularity of Modern is going to increase, why in the world is Past in Flames at $2? It's a 4-of in Storm. I use it in Epic Experiment in Standard. I know it's a fringe deck, it's a rogue deck, not a lot of people play it, but it's a great card. And it's $2. It's a bulk mythic. There's absolutely no way, no how Past in Flames is going to stay at bulk mythic price. Pick them up now. I say target this sucker over Inkmoth Nexus. Mythics are crazy when they spike. They can spike, and overnight this card could be a $10 card with no warning, because the supply of mythics is very, very, very low compared to rares, uncommons, and commons. And so when it hits, say Storm wins the next big Pro Tour. I think this is a Pro Tour Modern, isn't it? I can't remember which this next one is. But the season, anyway, is Modern. Or the Modern season is coming up. Whatever that means. I'll have to check it out. I've just heard this said everywhere that we're entering into the Modern season. And if Storm is a big deck, we could see prices skyrocket like we saw a lot of the Jund cards skyrocket in price when it was the number 1 deck last Modern season. So Past in Flames at $2 is the greatest bargain in the whole market right now. Pick them up, pick them up, pick them up. On to number 2. I'm going to kind of make a risky pick here, which is Liliana the Veil. It has recently went down from 30 to 25, And if there's any mythic I think that's ever going to hold a $50 price tag, kind of like Jace the Mind Sculptor, it's Liliana the Veil. Yes, it has seen a reverse in popularity in Jund. It was very popular there for a couple months, and now since people have gone on to Lingering Jund, where they have put in Lingering Souls, Liliana has been cut. But I don't see that being a permanent thing. When Liliana was first put into the Deathrite Shaman Jund deck, it was amazing. A turn 2 Liliana could lock you out completely. It was that oppressive. And I think at $25, this is the bottom of the Liliana the Veil. There might be one more moment in that you can pick up Liliana's cheaper than $25, which will be when right before it rotates, right before Innistrad rotates from Standard. You might see Liliana bottom out. But, I mean, we saw that with Wormcoil Engine, you saw it with Elfshnor, and you saw it with Batterskull and Karn and Mox Opal. A lot of these cards are starting to rebound now because they are being played in Eternal formats. So I'm expecting you might see this with the Liliana the Veil as well. So it could go down below $20. But as far as right now, in the near future, I think picking up Liliana at $25 is a great deal. Especially with, we don't know exactly how powerful Dimir or Orzhov's going to be. Dimir looks crazy, crazy powerful in a very control-based Cypher deck with Invisible Stalkers. We've seen Invisible Stalkers like $3 now, I believe, on Star City. It's crazy. This uncommon out of Innistrad is going for more than a lot of the rares, but because of the Cypher mechanic. But Liliana the Veil, I could definitely see in a home in both like an Orzhov control or a Dimir control or an Esper control. You know, might as well play 3 colors. So she could definitely see a spike increase, as we have seen with like Geist of St. Traft, which went up to 40, back down to 35, back down to 30, back up to 40, back down to 35, now it's sitting at 30 again. So we could see Liliana kind of follow that trend and spike again. So pick her up if you haven't. I think it's a very safe investment for those of you that like to pick up Mythics. I kind of shrug away from picking up Mythics. I don't like to invest so much in a card that's already very expensive. I like to, like I said, I like to find those sweet spot at $2 to $3 rares that I know could just take off, like Hellrider. Hellrider to me was the biggest duh ever. I saw it increase on MTGO like crazy. I saw these people were going into red deck wins because it was affordable, and you could build the deck for less than $100 at the time before Hellrider made it expensive. And then, so you're picking up Hellriders at $2, make a deck out of it that's actually competitive, and you know, a budget deck you can run at F&M. And now we're seeing, because of it, because so many people kind of bought into that mentality, we see that Hellrider is now a $12 card and could soon easily hit $15. Anyway, that is my advice on Liliana. Back to number 3, which is Abrupt Decay. I think this is the bottom. It might go down to $5. I think most Return to Ravnica, this, if you're going to buy Return to Ravnica, in the past episodes I said sell, 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 sell. Now I'm going to say wait a couple more weeks probably. Maybe wait a month. Maybe you can actually wait like a month into Gate Crash, when the Gate Crash craze is, buying craze is going on and everyone ignores Return to Ravnica. Maybe that's actually, I think that might be the best time to pick up these Return to Ravnica cards. But a lot of the staple rares, like Supreme Verdict, Loxodon and Smiter, Lotleth Troll, Abrupt Decay, Mizium Mortars, Dreadbore, what are some other rares? Any those type of rares that are pretty much bottomed out at $2 to $5, I would say. It might be a good time to invest in those, as some of those I could definitely see going back up to $8 to $10 in the near future when people quit opening Return to Ravnica packs and the supply runs dry and the demand, you know, stays steady or increases for certain of those cards. So Abrupt Decay is, in my opinion, the safest one of these at $7. It is seeing tons and tons and tons of play in Legacy. Legacy Bug Deck runs this card because it cannot be countered, and in a format that is ridden with counterspells, you don't see a lot of counterspells in Modern. You see them every once in a while in the blue decks, but it's I would say that the Legacy is very, very force of will oriented, counterspell oriented, and Abrupt Decay completely dodges those and kills their permanent. That a lot of times is their combo to win, or just their tempo card. So you get rid of their, even their Delver can set them back quite a bit. So Abrupt Decay is, like I said, seeing tons of play in Legacy. It's not going anywhere. It sees play in Modern. $7 is a bargain. So on that sort of theme here, I'm going to go back to Deathrite Shaman. I know in the other episodes I've talked about this card extensively. I'm still going to pick it as my number 4 card. Deathrite Shaman at $15 is still a bargain. I talked about this in episode 2 quite frequent or quite extensively, so I'm not going to repeat myself. Watch that episode to see why. We'll go on to number 5, which is back to the theme of Storm. And not all Storm decks use this card, but a lot of them do, and it is a 4 of actually in some of these Storm decks. And it's Epic Experiment, and everyone knows my love for this card, so I might be a little bit biased, but it's $2 for the first time. It is a $2, so it's a bulk mythic. That's what mythics usually bulk at, $1.50 or $2. And Epic Experiment is now a bulk mythic. I'm gonna break this card. I'm dedicated once Gate Crash comes out again to start building Epic Experiment cards. My project has been set back. I unfortunately lost some data on my computer. I don't know how it happened, and I actually lost my website I was working on, and now I'm back to square one of building it again. Unless I can figure out how to recover it, I have no clue what happened. But that is why I wasn't able to release my website on time. I wanted to have it by the first of the year, but I'm back to square one, trying to build it. I'm kind of a perfectionist when it comes to my website. Kind of anal about what I want it to do, and I'm not that experienced with Dreamweaver or a lot of the PHP or the SQL kind of programming that I need to know before I can do the things that I want it to do. So I'm working out all the kinks there and trying to build it from scratch again to make a very fun interactive website where people can submit decks and look at follow me and follow my deck lists and kind of test them out on there. So I don't know what I'm going to end up doing. I probably should just publish a website that goes along with my articles, kind of a blog-like format, just to have it out there. But in the meantime, yeah, that's the setback, and I do apologize. I've been having a ton of emails and a ton of people commenting, asking me when the websites can be up. I'm very sorry. A lot of my contests I'm going to push back as well, as I'm going to be moving here shortly. I just don't have the time right now to really oversee them like I'd like to. But I guess this is as good a time as any. I'm going to do a Facebook contest for January and February. Basically what it is, I'll make a video about it, but might as well describe it here while it's on my mind. Basically, I'm going to have you take a picture of yourself with your rogue card or your rogue deck at an FNM. So just go to an FNM, make a rogue pose. I don't know what that entails. What do rogues even look like? They have a little mask on their face, right? So make a rogue pose, possibly even just write roguedeckbuilder.com or YouTube/roguedeckbuilder on a piece of paper or something like that, and hold it up next to your rogue card and make a pose, take a picture, submit it to my Facebook. So upload it to the Facebook page of Rogue Deck Builder. If you haven't joined Facebook, please do. I'm trying to build that community as well. Basically, it's just facebook.com/roguedeckbuilder, kind of the same thing like youtube.com/roguedeckbuilder. Come join us there. Post a picture of yourself with your rogue card playing your rogue deck at the FNM, and the random winner will receive a complete set of Returned Ravnica, and I will also have cards that I'll probably spice the pot in for second and third place. I'm working on right now having playmats being made for Rogue Deck Builder. I'm a horrible artist though. Anyone that's a good artist, I'd love to use you, or we can figure something out, and also eventually maybe get some deck boxes made or something like that. Just some apparel. There's been some people that have been asking for T-shirts and whatnot, and personally I think it's kind of silly, but as I'm not that well known or whatnot, but apparently I've got some fans. But anywho, I'm going to be working on that kind of stuff, and maybe I can spice the prize pool with some apparel or playmats or something like that for people that submit in the contest. Right now, like I said, there will be details when I actually do the video of the Facebook contest, but right now it's just open to United States and Canada. If you are international, I can do an MTGO transfer. So basically, if you win, then I can meet you on MTGO and give you a complete set on MTGO. But as far as I don't want to deal with the mess of international shipping right now, so it's just if you want the cardboard version of the complete set of Returned Ravnica, unfortunately it's the United States or Canada only. Once again, I'll have a video describing the rules and all the legal jargon in the future. that'll probably go through January and a little bit of February. I'll announce it on Facebook. So come join us, roguedeckbuilder.com/Facebook. But back to Epic Experiment 1 last time. Like I said, we're breaking that card. That is the goal. I mean, it's still my goal in Gatecrash. We're going to make this card a tier 1 deck, or at least die trying. So submit your Epic Experiment decks. Like I said, the contest has been pushed back. There was an Epic Experiment contest for whoever could build the best Epic Experiment deck would receive a Return to Ravnica set, but I'm pushing that back until I can have this website up and running. But as I will be moving and have some other things going on in my life right now, I'm gonna have to push that back for a while. So Epic Experiment at $2 again is a bargain. I say pick it up. Yes, I'm biased, but make me proud. Do me a solid here, and let's pick these Epic Experiments up, and let's break this card, and let's make this card not be a $2 bulk mythic. Come on, this card deserves way more than that. It deserves. And I think old Udvara Hellkite is $250. Udvara Hellkite, that useless, awful 8-mana dragon, is outperforming our Epic Experiment as far as cost. That can't happen. We can't let that happen. Let's break this card. Anyway, this is Kevin from RogueDeckBuilder.com with episode 3.3. Thank you for watching. We'll have 3.4 and this is 3.4. Anyway, we'll have the next episode up shortly.